How do you create an upsell that is so compelling that by the time your audience listens to you, whether it's through a sales video, whether it's through a live event, whether it's through a virtual event, whether it's through a webinar, whether it's through a Facebook Live, by the end of that presentation, no matter how long or short it is, they will see your offer as the only logical choice. What should you be saying? How should you be doing that presentation? How should your offer sound like? And how do you do it without sounding salesy or pushy? Today in this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to a coaching call that I did to show you exactly how you can make that happen as well. Let's begin. Who it is that you serve, result you generate. Noah St. John.
I serve entrepreneurs and I help them with their habits. So I have an event this weekend starting Friday called the Online Business Virtual Retreat. And I have been studying my notes from the virtual event CODEX, Peng, that you did, which was awesome. And here is my question that I really could use your help with. Now, I sell both business and personal growth. Now, with my Power Habits program, it's an 11-step system, okay? So this is my 11 steps of the Power Habits of Unconsciously Successful People. I've been teaching this for 20 years. Now, the issue is, one of the things that you said at the CODEX was you show them what you do, or you basically say, listen, whether you do this with me, whether you do it by yourself, or whether you have a team do it for you, this is what you're gonna have to do. When I say my 11 steps, I say my 11 steps. So how do I teach them without teaching them? How do I give it away without giving it away? This is what I don't understand about when you talk about personal growth, because let me say this. When we talk about marketing, it's very easy. Hey, build a funnel. Okay, well, there's 70,000 things involved in building a funnel, right? So I can tell you to build a funnel and you got to go build a funnel, but then you still need me to tell you the 70 things that you need to do. But if I say to you, okay, you've got to find your purpose, just as an example, right? So you got to find your purpose. And then they go, oh, all right, all I got to do is find my purpose. So that was easy, thanks. And then they just go off and do it and they don't pay me. They don't hire me. So how do I fix this? And how do I present this so they buy from me instead of just not buying?
So if you guys didn't notice how I managed to do that off the cuff, it's because I've also had practice, right? And I can tell you exactly what it is and how to deconstruct what it is that I just did, so that you guys will be able to apply this as well. From memory, if you take a look at what it is that I did in terms of like how I started off the conversation, right? It was a question that I know that it's a pretty easy question where you're gonna answer yes. So one of the simplest ways, and I called this like the yes momentum, right? Getting people to say yes, so that when you come to the close, it's a yes again. So one of the simplest ways to transition is by asking a question they'll answer yes. So it's like a universal question, okay? At the most basic level, it would be like, so how many of you here have learned something so far? Okay, and if you do that on a webinar, highly applicable. If you do that at a virtual event, highly applicable as well. And obviously, if you're doing a decent job, everybody should be saying yes. So now they're saying yes. So this is when you're going to transition to a slightly tougher question that filters out a little bit of people. So this is when, notice I said, so how many of you here have been to another personal development event before, right? Chances are if they're on that event, chances are they've been through a thing, right? And then now the next question, which is a qualifying question, which is, and how many of you here, after attending that event, you're inspired, you're motivated, you want to do great things, and 1 week after, you did absolutely nothing? Now it's easier to answer yes to that question rather than starting with that question outright. Because if you ask that question outright, then it's a weird transition. So here's the pitch. How many of you here, now that we're at the tail end of this event, you've been to another personal development event before? Show of hands. Okay, good. Thank you. Now, how many of you here at the same time you attended this event, it was amazing, you were motivated, you were inspired, you wanted to do great things, but literally 1 week after, nothing happened? Show of hands. Cool. So I'm guilty of this as well. And right now, we kind of are about to reach that situation right now, because here's the thing. Now that this event is about to be over, I want to be able to allow you to see that ultimately it takes approximately 60 days to form a habit. Now that we have established that these are the 11 things you want to be able to do consciously to develop these habits, we got to understand that information alone, just by knowing what these 11 things are, is not going to create change. Why is it that most people know what to do but don't do what they know? It is because, again, information, just by reading a book, attending a virtual event, is not going to magically change your life. What if I told you that you have to consciously put effort in every single day for at least 60 days in order to form this new habit so that eventually you'll be able to do it unconsciously? And that is what this next level is. I call it the Noah St. John Superpower 60-Day Souped Up, Roids Up program to show you how you can form this new habit, the 11 habits in 60 days, so that eventually it becomes an unconscious competence. Just like driving a car. Initially, it's gonna feel a little bit weird. You're not used to it. You're adjusting the mirrors. But guess what? After you do it the second time, the third time, the fifth time, the 60th time, guess what? That skill set becomes ingrained in you and it becomes who you are. And what if I told you that personal development is the same exact thing? And that's the next step. Some of you have asked me, so Noah, what's gonna happen after this event? That's what's gonna happen. I'm going to be launching this new 60-day accountability challenge to put you in a group so that you start practicing, because practice is what makes it permanent. And if you want to be able to incorporate all the skill sets that I've been showing you this entire weekend, then come join me. Well, how many of you here know that if time or money was not a concern, this next 60 days would make a difference in your business and your life? So here's what's going to happen. I want to be able to work with those of you that's serious. So that's a call to action, okay? All I did was I took the 11 things that you're teaching, and now the next thing I'm selling them is not more information, right? Nobody cares about more information. Information I'm found on YouTube video. However, because now it's positioned as this next 60 days, we're going to be practicing it together. I'm going to put you in a group. We're going to have fun. I'm going to give you the steps and the insights on what it is that you need to do on a daily basis so that this muscle becomes an unconscious competence and it becomes who you are. Now that's a great offer, because now they can't find that through a YouTube video. Then that's when I linked it to the offer, right? And I position it as the next thing. And some of you have asked me what the next thing is, so that's the next thing. It will be a 60-day challenge, 60-day intensive, 60-day accountability program in order to help you build that habit so that it becomes an unconscious competence. It becomes who you are as a person and how you show up, right? So it's going to be fun. It's going to be engaging. We're going to put you in groups. We're going to do this together. And notice how this offer is no longer, I have this thing and this thing is good for you, right? Notice the contrast between like somebody who does it well and an average marketer. An average marketer would have...
So, I have this 60-day program, and it's really an amazing program because over the next 60 days, here's what we're going to be doing, right?
And then they kind of vomit their belief or offer all over the audience. And that's when resistance is up, because you are now trying to sell. You're trying to sell the benefits of this 60-day thing rather than allowing your audience to draw the conclusion themselves that this is the next logical thing to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if they're right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.